First reading, a reading from the book of Tobit, chapter 12, verses 1, 5 to 15 and 20. When the wedding feast was over, Tobit called his son Tobias and said, "My son, you ought to think about paying the amount due to your fellow traveler. Give him more than the figure agreed on." So Tobias called his companion and said, "Take half of what you brought back in payment for all you have done and go in peace." Then Raphael took them both aside and said, "Bless God, utter his praise before all the living for the favor he has shown you. Bless and extol his name. Proclaim before all people the deeds of God as they deserve, and never tire of giving him thanks." It is right to keep the secret of a king. It is right to reveal and publish the works of God as they deserve. Do what is good, and no evil can befall you. Pray with fasting and alms with uprightness are better than riches with iniquity. Better to practice alms giving than to hoard up gold. Alms giving saves from death and purge every kind of sin. Those who give alms have their fill of days. Those who commit sin and do evil bring harm on themselves. I am going to tell you the whole truth, hiding nothing from you. I have already told you that it is right to keep the secret of a king. It right to reveal in a worthy way the words of God. So you must know that when you and Sarah were at prayer, it was I who offered your supplication before the glory of the Lord, and who read them. So too, when you were burying the dead, when you did not hesitate to get up and leave the table to go and bury a dead man, I was sent to test your faith, and at the same time, God sent me to heal you and your daughter in law, Sarah. I am Raphael, one of the seven angels who stand ever ready to enter the presence of the glory of Lord. Now bless the Lord on earth and give thanks to God. I am about to return to him who sent me from above. Write down all that has happened, and he rose in the air. This is the word of Lord. Thanks be to God. A reading from the Gospel according to Mark, chapter 12, verses 38 to 44. In his teaching, he said, "Beware of the scribes who like to walk about in long robes, to be greeted respectfully in the market squares, to take the front seats in the synagogues and the places of honor at banquet. These are the men who devour the property of widows and for show offer long prayers. The more severe will be the sentence they receive." He sat down opposite the treasury and watched the people putting money into the treasury, and many of the rich put in a great deal. A poor widow came and put in two small coins, the equivalent of a penny. Then he called his disciples and said to them, "In truth I tell you, this poor widow has put more in than all who have contributed to the treasury, for they have all put in money they could spare, but she is in her poverty has put in everything she possessed, all she had to live on.